Hello there my RPG lovers and welcome to another video. After the successful Kickstarter campaign, the future of Bleak Faith Forsaken doesn't look so bleak. Okay, anyway, this game gained a lot of attention lately and I think it will continue to do so in the future. Bleak Faith is described as a third-person, open-world survival horror action RPG. I had the opportunity to play through the whole demo of the game, you can check that out here if you're interested. This version is now really outdated, a lot of the features are still missing, but it was enough to see what kind of a game we can expect from the final product. In this video we're going to focus on features that are yet to be implemented in the game because there is some really interesting stuff to talk about. Bleak Faith Forsaken should release on PC early next year and is going into early access later this year. As for the consoles, developers will probably port it on PS4 and Xbox One once they have enough resources. At the first glance, Bleak Faith really does have that classic Dark Souls vibe, but after I played through the demo multiple times, I didn't get the impression like this game is trying to be just another Soulsborne with a twist. Especially after I learned about all the features that are still missing from the demo and the future update plans for the game. One thing that wasn't absent from the demo is that horror theme that surrounds the game. The whole setting is a mix of cyberpunk and dark fantasy, and we are promised a deep lore for the game. When I said horror theme, I didn't mean that game is actively trying to scare you, but the atmosphere is rather unsettling at times, in a good way of course. I love having that what the fuck is going on feel and the sense of mystery through the game as I discover new locations and progress further. And I definitely had this feel while I was playing the demo. Speaking about locations, the complete map of the game will have vast open areas and more linear Metroidvania-like levels. The demo was fairly open with a couple of interconnected areas with shortcuts. We can expect to find a couple of outposts in the world, which are basically our hub areas. What can make this world really unique is the ecosystem of factions and AI groups. This is a big feature that I look forward to see because it has a lot of potential for creating unique playthroughs for a couple of reasons. Basically, everyone in this world will try to compete against the player, but among themselves as well. This is also related to that survival aspect as well, because the goal is to create a world where everyone is trying to do the same thing. Survive. This AI behavior should directly affect the food chain system in the game, which will make every playthrough slightly different. An apex predator from your last playthrough might have already died out in this playthrough and you never fight it again. Apex predators are these big boss-like creatures that we could see a couple of times. So the whole ecosystem should work in a procedural generated nature. Adding some survival elements on top of this is logical, but as far as I know you won't need to eat and sleep if that's what you thought when I mentioned survival. There is crafting and scavenging in the game and something called Puppet Plague that can change the outcome of your playthrough completely. Resisting this plague is the part of the survival aspect as well. And like I said before, they are trying to create a world where everyone is trying to survive. The story itself is related to survival. You belong to the Legion of Hunters condemned to protect the last vestige of humanity. Environmental storytelling is a huge part of this game, but there are cutscenes as well and some linear areas, especially those that cover main plot points. As you might guess, the combat is really important in this game, and even though the demo lacked a lot of combat features, I think I got the right idea of what they're trying to accomplish here. I also managed to ask a couple of questions about the combat and what can we expect to see in the updated version of the game and in the final product. One of these features is different layers of hit reactions that are based on stats such as constitution and composure, which dictates how off balance and vulnerable someone is. This was present in the demo as well to some extent. To execute an enemy you have to knock them down first, but if the enemy is strong you won't instantly kill them even after a successful execute. A lot of these systems are still being polished, but we should expect to see some new updated stuff soon. If we combine all of the mentioned features here, you can probably see the potential of this game. I really hope it lives up to our expectations and I will follow the development closely. So if you want to stay updated on this game, make sure you subscribe to the channel. My whole content is based around RPGs, I do a lot of discussions, in-depth guides and reviews. Special thanks to my patrons, and if you as well want to become one of them, all the links are in the description. I'll see ya in the next one.